All right, we'll get started with John. We'll start with Anthony Dasher.
Oh, hey John, good to see you. Um, what's the difference? What's different about playing tight end in Coach Monken's system as opposed to what you've done prior to him being here?
I'd say I don't want to compare Coach Monken's and Coach Coley's and Coach Cheney's, but Coach Monken, along with the two previous OCs, it's just competitive, and I'm excited to play for him. He's a great OC, and it's going to be a fun year with him.
We'll go to Seth.
But John, basically the tight end is not going away in Coach Monken's offense, right?
That's right.
How much do you think it will be involved, and will it be doing the same kind of stuff that's done the last couple of years?
I'd say we're prepared for whatever Coach Monken calls. He was hired to call the plays, and if he calls a pass for us, we're going to go make a play. If he calls the run blocks for us, we're going to make those blocks. And at the end of the day, we just want to win games and take it game by game. So,
Mark Weiser, go ahead.
Hey, John, you said that it would be fun to play in this offense. Kind of what in particular are you excited about with it? And, how much what's the mindset of you guys offensively in terms of, I guess, raising the game in the production?
I'd say it starts at practice. At practice, working on the little things in between periods, jogging to the next period, finishing drills and whatnot, and doing these little things that are going to translate onto the field, so that we can play at our highest level.
Mike Griffith.
John, I've got a non-football question, so maybe you can open up a little bit. Watching Dwan Mathis, anybody come back from brain surgery, can you just kind of share some insight as to what that was like? I mean, I guess everybody on the team knew that Dwan had brain surgery, and just kind of maybe seeing him work his way back. What are some of your thoughts and, just memories of watching how Dwan's worked his way back onto the team, into the mix?
Dwan, like everyone else that Coach Smart recruits, he's a hard worker. He's a competitor, and I love that about the kid. He comes to practice every day, ready to work, just like all the other quarterbacks, and I'm excited to have a good year with them.
We'll go to Jake Rowe.
Yeah, John. Darnell Washington, I mean, you're a big guy, and obviously, I mean, you're like 6'7" too, but Darnell is somebody that, whether we've talked to Kirby, whether we've talked to other players, they kind of marvel at how big he is, how athletic he is. What's been your impression of him, and kind of what's it been like to kind of bring him along during this process?
Darnell's a great guy. I love him with Darnell, but just like any other tight end, like I said, Coach Smart's recruiting great competitors. He's bringing in these studs every year. And so he's working along with Brett and Cody, Colby, and then Trey. So we're all working hard, and it's a fun group.
We'll go to Connor Riley.
Yeah, what have been your sort of impressions of Trey McKitty and, getting to know him in these couple of weeks since then? I know he's not totally healthy right now, but what have been your impressions of him so far in camp?
My impressions of Trey are he's a great competitor. He's strong. He's fast. You can tell he has had previous experience, and he handles his own well, and he can move people. So all great attributes to be a tight end here.
Jason Butt, do you have a question?
Yeah. So I'll ask you about a freshman, Jermaine Burton. What's impressed you about him so far this season?
Jermaine's really fast, like lightning fast, and he's a great player. He catches the ball well. He runs routes well, and he's also wants to work on the little things, just like everyone else. You can see him after practice, before practice. So he's a great player.
We'll go to Griffin.
Hey, John. I just wanted to see, how ready do you guys feel as an offense, after having like Jamie Dowdley coming up on that first game? Are you guys confident that you'll be ready, or are you, like a little holding back?
We're ready. There's no holding back. We've had plenty of time. We had mini camp where everyone got together. We know the system. We know what our goals are as an offense, and we moved on to camp. We kept working, and now it's coming up a week. What is it? Friday, so 8 days. We're excited to play, and it's about time to put on some pads and play.
We'll go to Brandon Sudge.
Hey, John. So I know we talked to you last year, and you said that you worked at offensive role. So you worked with Sam Pittman for a while last year. Like after working under him now, did you ever see moments where you thought that he could be in a head coaching position? And what were some of your favorite memories working with him?
Well, I worked as a tackle my freshman year. So last year, it was just being like a tight end next to him and working with his tackles. And some good memories from him are just, I can't even remember. But no, I love Coach Pittman, and he's a great guy. He gets his players ready, and he wants the best in his players. I'll say that.
Next, we'll go to Austin Roper.
Hey, John. Yeah, I wanted to ask you a COVID-related question. How would you describe the conversations that you and other players have had with Ron Corson and the rest of the medical staff relating to the potential health risks that are associated with COVID? Specifically certain heart problems like myocarditis. I mean, do you have any concerns about that?
Personally, I don't. We're very fortunate to have Mr. Ron here and his staff, and we feel safe, and we feel that we're safest, like playing here, playing in this facility, and then
Just waiting on us.
protocols that they've put in place. We don't have any worries at all as far as that.
Thank you.
Next, we'll go to Palmer.
Yeah, John, you mentioned Trey earlier. Is there anything that he's brought to the tight end room from Florida State that y'all may not, you may be bouncing ideas off of each other that he may have learned under another coach that he's bringing tips to y'all?
Certain tips he's taught me is in some route running, at the tops of my routes, working my hands, and then coming out of my breaks, certain footwork like that. So Trey and I work on that. We talk about that. I'll run a route, and then we'll talk about it after. What could you have done better? What coverage did you see? Stuff like that. So it goes back to those smaller details that you keep looking at to try and refine your game and perfect it.
Greg Poole, do you have any questions for John FitzPatrick?
I'm good, Sean. Thanks.
I see Chip Towers has joined us. Chip, do you have any questions for John?
Sorry, I was online for a minute there. John, just wondering, is there a sense of anticipation at this point just to finally get to the start of the season? You may have addressed this before, but I was late joining the call.
Yes, we're excited to play. It's been a long time coming, going through a long mini camp and then a month-long or so camp. And we've played against our defense so many times. I'm excited to play Arkansas and get this thing going.
Is that the long preparation? Do you think that's ultimately going to be helpful, or is all the stops and starts and unknowns impeded maybe your progress toward being as good a team as you could be?
I think it depends on how you and your teammates respond to it. You can respond to it and take it. We don't know what's going to happen, or you can prepare every day like it's a game day, and go to work with the right mindset so that you're ready when the time comes.
Thank you.
We have time for one more question, whoever would like to take it.
Hey, John, just wanted to know, where would you say you are now compared to, or what's the biggest difference in your game now compared to when you got here as a freshman?
I'd say my strength and speed, probably. I know you probably asked for one, but Coach Sinclair has helped me a ton, and scout team my redshirt year last year, just keep working in the weight room. I feel strong. I've gained more weight. I feel fast, so I'm excited to play.